Do you remember Nioh? It was that action game where people would call it a Dark Souls clone. And yet, you could do this!
As his dream, he secretly started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking. And he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills.
Released in the greatest year of gaming. Nioh, even just after 2 hours of playing it, you can see it's nothing like the Souls franchise. I feel that it was a way to get people to notice games more, saying everything is Souls game, but it has stood the test of time because, I mean, it has its own success. And excuse the crusty looking footage, my external hard drive is filling up, and it's like, they don't make them like they used to. So yes, this is an action RPG, where you have missions, and in that you must go and defeat numerous enemies, all with precise button presses. So the game starts off with this halt dude getting awoken by this fairy.
Hey, listen!
And with her help, you have to work your way out of this jail, slowly gathering more loot, and after getting lost many times, you encounter the first boss. Hey, get down from there!
Ruh-roh.
Maybe you should have stayed up there. That was pretty easy. And after the escape, William set sail for Japan to become a samurai. And yeah, this is based off real-world history where the Englishman, William Adams, did the trip. And now we are William, but Irish. Wait. Why? And he became one of the world's first weeaboo, making the trip to Japan to see. So it's based on real history, but adding in the more fantasy-esque things with magic and enemies, which are based on Japanese folklore. And for the most part, the story is actually very serious.
Well then. Dawn is breaking.
I said for the most part. Now, before you get into the meat of the gameplay, you can practice in a dojo, which I highly recommend if you're not used to these kind of games. I'm a pro though because I've beaten Code Vein, and I cheesed my way through Elden Ring. I can put that on my resume, right? It's nice to explain all the combat where you got square for normal attacks, triangle for heavy, and X for getting the heck out of there. And you got many weapons like katanas, axes, and yes, even cannons. And the objectives of missions is usually to go from point A to B and decide whether you want to kill everything in between. You can't just run past them to get to the boss of the area. There's actually no overworld connecting thing. You got regions to do side quest or main quest, and then once you've done the main quest, you will get another region and then you finish off the island, rinse and repeat. So you will feel some disjointedness when you do each mission, as they feel very segmented with very greatly different environments. There's a lot of temples. Oh, I know, you Dark Souls. You're gonna make me think something is behind the wall, but there's nothing there, right? Why is the wall the enemy? See, this game isn't difficult. I'll just take care of this guy. Wait, why is door number 2 open? Close it, close it. One thing you must know about Nioh is that you're gonna get a ton, and I mean a ton of weapons, and you honestly won't know what to do with them. You can merge them, enhance them, or sell them for experience. Also, selling some items will get you a random elixir, which you will sorely need. So don't be a hoarder. Sell your weapons, sell everything, sell all your food. Come on, give me the cheese. There are also tons of armor, amulets, and items that you can pick up through random drops from enemies. Even when you redo missions, enemies will drop different items, and honestly, it can feel very overwhelming. So my Ram advice, just go with this one. It has the highest number. Or look up a guide, what do I care? And man, the AI in this game is actually really good. No matter how hard I try to cheese them, they are lactose intolerant. See, I told you. Actually, I lied, you can cheese them. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Come at me. And an actual hint, you should probably learn to parry instead of always rolling away from attacks. Oh man, did I learn that the hard way? Also, one issue I had with Nioh is that there actually is not much variety in terms of enemy designs. Because I think basing it off Japanese folklore, maybe it limited them to what types of enemies they wanted to use. Because when you see that same enemy in a brand new environment, you already know what attacks they're gonna use, so it doesn't really change your tactic to defeat them. Also, with segmented missions, you don't really get a huge feel with the world, its interconnectedness, which can be a plus. I mean, not everything needs to be interconnected. Here it's an action game. It's great to just drop in and out of missions, despite most of the environments being temples. But I gotta shout out to the Mines of Poison Doom. Oh man, I sure love walking, then falling, then the poison giving me bronchitis. Thanks, Nioh. I'm in hospital now. And in hospital, I see the light. And it's a hot enemy boss design. Hey, get a little closer. Oh god, I changed my mind. This boss was actually really fun and challenging. I still remember the struggle I had in 2017 with it. Man, you know what? I kind of think that these are some of my favorite boss designs in an action game like this. I mean, this was 2017 before any other action game were doing these things on a mass scale. And I still remember a lot of them so fondly. Like Nioh here with the constant electricity, cooking all the roaches in my PS4. A few of them are human design too, but then given unique things like Ice Lady.
Ice do cheio.
Or just... I'm sure people who watched Monster Musume really enjoyed this. Not me though. Unless... No, get away! And with that, I really enjoyed my short time with Nioh again, as I did in 2017. I feel like it often gets overlooked in that stacked year where people were just calling it Dark Souls clones just because it had a boss and lots of dying.
And again and again and again.
I mean, a graveyard job has a death and a boss, but no one calls that the Dark Souls of jobs. Huh, you know I also might consider checking out that Nioh 2, but hang on. It has character customization? Really? And interesting. But with Nioh 1, the adventure of an old man visiting Japan, there is a remastered version too, which maybe would make my footage look better. Yeah, I need to upgrade my whole rig at some point. But then it's gonna come with Windows 11. Why is tech getting worse and worse? Just let me edit on Sony Vegas forever, man!
Trojan, RamZaes, Magnum, Chic.